Driving theory test for environmental matters.
Question 633. How does harsh acceleration affect fuel consumption? A. Fuel consumption increases. B. There is no effect provided the engine is properly tuned. C. Fuel consumption decreases. D. There is no effect if a high gear is engaged.
Question 633. Answer: A. Fuel consumption increases. Explanation: harsh acceleration increases fuel consumption, and driving smoothly helps to reduce your fuel consumption and the emissions from your vehicle. Try not to over-rev the engine and use the appropriate gear for the speed of the vehicle. When slowing down, take your foot off the accelerator and allow the vehicle to slowly progressively before you brake.
Question 634. What should a driver do to minimize fuel consumption in their vehicle? A. Use gently acceleration and braking. B. Change rapidly up through the gears. C. Drive with the choke out. D. Drive in a low gear.
Question 634. Answer: A. Use gently acceleration and braking. Explanation: driving smoothly will help reduce your fuel consumption. Read the road ahead and adjust your speed in good time, and avoid harsh acceleration and late braking.
Question 635. How does continuous high-speed driving affect fuel consumption? A. It reduces fuel consumption. B. It increases fuel consumption only in wet weather. C. It increases fuel consumption. D. It reduces fuel consumption as long as the road is dry and straight.
Question 635. Answer: C. It increases fuel consumption. Explanation: driving at high speeds increases your fuel consumption. A vehicle traveling at 112 km per hour uses approximately 30% more fuel than one traveling at 80 km per hour.
Question 636. What should a driver do to ensure better fuel efficiency from their vehicle? A. Ensure any load carried is equally distributed on the vehicle. B. Ensure that the vehicle is regularly serviced. C. Ensure that heavier items are carried at the rear of the vehicle. D. Drive at higher speeds in order to reduce the time spent on the road.
Question 636. Answer: B. Ensure that the vehicle is regularly serviced. Explanation: one of the keys to good fuel efficiency is making sure that your vehicle is well maintained. Servicing should be carried out as recommended by the manufacturer. Checking the tire pressure regularly can also help ensure good fuel efficiency.
Question 637. How can fuel efficiency be improved? A. By using gentle acceleration and making gear changes appropriate to speed. B. Driving the vehicle in a lower gear for as long as possible. C. Accelerating hard up through the gears to reach the desired speed as quickly as possible. D. Only using an anti-waxing agent in freezing conditions.
Question 637. Answer: A. By using gentle acceleration and making gear changes appropriate to speed. Explanation: the way you drive can contribute to your vehicle's fuel efficiency. 1. Accelerate gently. 2. Use the highest available gear, without causing the engine to struggle. And 3. Drive smoothly. This also reduces wear and tear on the vehicle.
Question 638. What effect does a worn exhaust have on a vehicle? A. It causes the water coolant to leak from the engine. B. It causes oil to leak onto the road. C. It causes noise and gas pollution levels to increase. D. It increases fuel consumption.
Question 638. Answer: C. It causes noise and gas pollution levels to increase. Explanation: a vehicle with a worn exhaust will probably be noisier and will produce more polluting emissions. There are strict regulations governing the noise and emission levels of vehicles, and these are rigorously checked during a vehicle's NCT.
Question 639. When is the use of the horn prohibited? A. Always, but only for momentary use. B. Between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. in a built-up area. C. Never. D. Between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Question 639 Answer, B. Between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. in a built-up area. Explanation: You are not allowed to use the horn in a built-up area between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. unless there is a traffic emergency. Only use a horn to warn other road users of oncoming danger or if you need to make them aware of your presence for safety reasons. Using the horn does not give you an automatic right of way. Never use the horn to provoke a reaction from or to rebuke another motorist.
Question 640. Under what circumstances is it permitted to replace the standard horn on a vehicle with a musical horn? A. Never. B. During an emergency situation. C. When the vehicle is a service vehicle. D. During daylight hours.
Question 640 Answer, A. Never. Explanation: A horn is designed to be an audible warning device. You should not make any technical modifications to the horn without professional advice, as these may have legal and safety implications.
Question 641. Is a driver allowed to sound the horn while driving in a built-up area at night? A. Yes, but between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. the horn may be sounded only in an emergency. B. Yes, any time in a built-up area. C. Yes, between 10:00 p.m. and 6:00 a.m. in a built-up area. D. Number.
Question 641 Answer, A. Yes, but between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. the horn may be sounded only in an emergency. Explanation: You are not allowed to use the horn in a built-up area between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. unless there is a traffic emergency. Only use a horn to warn other road users of oncoming danger or if you need to make them aware of your presence for safety reasons. Using a horn does not give you an automatic right of way. Never use the horn to provoke a reaction from or to rebuke another motorist.
Question 642. What can be adversely affected by underinflated tires? A. Parking. B. Steering. C. Changing gear. D. Reversing.
Question 642 Answer, B. Steering. Explanation: Underinflated tires can increase the effort required to steer the vehicle. Always make sure the tires are properly inflated by checking the tire pressures regularly. Incorrect tire pressure adversely affects many of a vehicle's systems, including brakes, suspension and fuel consumption. In particular, underinflated tires can affect the vehicle's steering.
Question 643. In what way do motor vehicles harm the environment? A. By increasing carbon monoxide levels. B. By changing gears less. C. No, they actually reduced health risks. D. By parking less.
Question 643 Answer, A. By increasing carbon monoxide levels. Explanation: Carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas emitted by vehicle exhausts into the atmosphere. Driving economically and keeping a vehicle well maintained can reduce the level of carbon monoxide emissions.
Question 644. What can a driver do to help the environment? A. Read the road and plan ahead. B. Drive on underinflated tires. C. Use the choke for as long as possible on a cold engine. D. Brake as late as possible.
Question 644 Answer, A. Read the road and plan ahead. Explanation: Drivers should plan well ahead and avoid harsh acceleration and braking, both of which can waste fuel and increase pollution.
Question 645. What can a driver do to maximize fuel efficiency while driving? A. Avoid carrying unnecessary weight. B. Reducing your speed. C. Using different brands of fuel. D. Drive at a higher speed.
Question 645 Answer, A. Avoid carrying unnecessary weight. Explanation: the more extra weight is in your vehicle, the more fuel you use. Using a roof rack or a roof box increases wind resistance, and this also increases fuel consumption by as much as 15%. Remove roof racks and roof boxes when not in use.
Question 646. Which action is likely to cause an increase in fuel consumption? A. Looking ahead and anticipating traffic flow. B. Harsh acceleration. C. Driving at a constant speed. D. Driving at a lower speed.
Question 646. Answer: B. Harsh acceleration. Explanation: harsh acceleration increases fuel consumption. Driving smoothly reduces wear and tear and also improves fuel consumption. Use the highest gear possible without causing the engine to labor.
Question 647. What alternatives can drivers take to help protect the environment? A. Use public transport. B. Accelerate rapidly and brake harshly when driving. C. Don't use your indicators when turning. D. Take longer routes to your destination.
Question 647. Answer: A. Use public transport. Explanation: using public transport helps to protect the environment. Buses, trams and trains are a more environmentally friendly way to move large numbers of people, especially in urban areas. Consider using public transport where possible. Not only is it more environmentally friendly, but it can also be more cost-effective when you take the cost of fuel and parking charges into account.
Question 648. What can drivers do to help protect the environment? A. Accelerate rapidly and brake harshly when driving. B. Car share. C. Don't use your indicators when turning. D. Take longer routes to your destination.
Question 648. Answer: B. Car share. Explanation: car sharing helps the environment. Drivers should consider car sharing for routine journeys to work or for the school run. This will reduce pollution and reduce traffic congestion at peak times.
Question 649. What can be achieved by the driving style known as eco-driving? A. Reduced fuel consumption. B. Increased speed. C. Less use of indicators. D. Less tire wear.
Question 649. Answer: A. Reduced fuel consumption. Explanation: the advantages of eco-driving include improved road safety, improved fuel consumption and reduced emissions. The eco-conscious driver becomes a more efficient driver because they learn to read the road further ahead and display better anticipation skills. This reduces the need for harsh acceleration and braking, which results in a more economical style of driving and a smoother drive.
Question 650. What can be achieved by the driving style known as eco-driving? A. Increased speed. B. Increased road safety. C. Less use of indicators. D. Less tire wear.
Question 650. Answer: B. Increased road safety. Explanation: the advantages of eco-driving include improved road safety, improved fuel consumption and reduced emissions. The eco-conscious driver becomes a more efficient driver because they learn to read the road further ahead and display better anticipation skills. This reduces the need for harsh acceleration and braking, which results in a more economical style of driving and a smoother drive.
Question 651. What can be achieved by the driving style known as eco-driving? A. Less use of indicators. B. Increased speed. C. Reduced emissions. D. Less tire wear.
Question 651. Answer: C. Reduced emissions. Explanation: the advantages of eco-driving include improved road safety, improved fuel consumption and reduced emissions. The eco-conscious driver becomes a more efficient driver because they learn to read the road further ahead and display better anticipation skills. This reduces the need for harsh acceleration and braking, which results in a more economical style of driving and a smoother drive.
Question 652. Which action contributes to eco-driving? A. Braking harshly. B. Selecting a high gear as soon as possible. C. Driving in a low gear at high speed. D. Fast acceleration.
Question 652. Answer: B. Selecting a high gear as soon as possible. Explanation: eco-driving contributes to road safety and also reduces fuel consumption and harmful emissions. Eco-conscious drivers read the road ahead and anticipate what is going to happen in front. This reduces the need for harsh acceleration and braking. Fuel consumption can be reduced by using the highest gear possible without causing the engine to labor.
Question 653. Which action contributes to eco-driving? A. Braking harshly. B. Maintaining a steady speed. C. Driving in a low gear at high speed. D. Fast acceleration.
Question 653. Answer: B. Maintaining a steady speed. Explanation: eco-driving contributes to road safety and also reduces fuel consumption and harmful emissions. Eco-drivers will read the road well in advance and avoid harsh acceleration and late braking. Drive smoothly, and maintaining a steady speed saves fuel and reduces wear and tear on vehicles.
Question 654. Which action contributes to eco-driving? A. Driving in a low gear at high speed. B. Braking harshly. C. Looking ahead and anticipating. D. Fast acceleration.
Question 654. Answer: C. Looking ahead and anticipating. Explanation: eco-driving contributes to road safety and also reduces fuel consumption and harmful emissions. Eco-conscious drivers read the road ahead and anticipate what is going to happen in front. This reduces the need for harsh acceleration and braking, which results in a more comfortable and safer drive while saving fuel and reducing emissions.
Question 655. How can a driver help the environment? A. By reducing speed. B. By accelerating harshly. C. By braking suddenly. D. By using your indicators sparingly.
Question 655. Answer: A. By reducing speed. Explanation: drivers should plan well ahead, drive smoothly and avoid harsh acceleration and braking. Vehicles traveling 112 km per hour use up 30% more fuel than those traveling at 80 km per hour. However, you should not drive so slow as to inconvenience other road users.
Question 774. What should a driver do in order to avoid excessive exhaust pollution from their vehicle? A. Use a fuel additive to increase the fuel octane rating. B. Drive at a higher speed in order to reduce the time spent on the road. C. Have the vehicle's air filters changed regularly. D. Use a lower octane rated fuel.
Question 774. Answer: C. Have the vehicle's air filters changed regularly. Explanation: you should have your vehicle serviced regularly in accordance with the manufacturer's guidelines. A vehicle that is poorly tuned uses more fuel and creates more exhaust pollution. Air filters should be changed as part of normal servicing. If a vehicle is used in dusty conditions, the air filter may need to be changed more often. More information is available in the vehicle's handbook.
Question 775. How regularly should a vehicle be serviced? A. Every year. B. Every 30,000 kilometers. C. As often as indicated in the manufacturer's specification. D. Every 60 months.
Question 775. Answer: C. As often as indicated in the manufacturer's specification. Explanation: you should have your vehicle serviced regularly in accordance with the manufacturer's guidelines. This helps the vehicle to perform properly, thus saving fuel and reducing emissions. You should also carry out your own daily and weekly checks on fluid levels and tires.
Question 776. What is the purpose of a catalytic converter? A. To curb exhaust noise levels only on diesel vehicles. B. To reduce harmful exhaust emissions. C. To allow the exhaust system to be reconditioned. D. To curb exhaust noise levels.
Question 776. Answer: B. To reduce harmful exhaust emissions. Explanation: catalytic converters are part of most vehicles' exhaust system. They remove up to 75% of the carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide and hydrocarbons from the vehicle's exhaust.
Question 777. What type of noise might fast cornering create? A. Engine whine. B. Brake squeal. C. Exhaust backfire. D. Tire squeal.
Question 777. Answer: D. Tire squeal. Explanation: if you drive around a corner too fast, the tires begin to lose contact with the surface of the road, and this causes a squealing sound. If you continue driving in this way, you can lose control of the vehicle.
Question 778. What should a driver do before getting out of a vehicle? A. Open the door partway and then look behind. B. Check their side mirror and look behind before opening the door. C. Check the interior mirror before opening the door. D. Open the door and exit the vehicle without delay.
Question 778. Answer: B. Check their side mirror and look behind before opening the door. Explanation: before opening any door, check for other road users passing, and in particular look out for pedestrians, cyclists and motorcyclists. Exit the vehicle only when it is safe to do so, and close the door as soon as possible. Passengers should exit on the side nearest the curb wherever possible.
Question 779. How should a driver secure their vehicle before getting out of it? A. Angle the wheels away from the curb and stop the engine. B. Engage a low gear and stop the engine. C. Angle the wheels towards the curb and stop the engine. D. Apply the parking brake, stop the engine and engage a low gear.
Question 779. Answer: D. Apply the parking brake, stop the engine and engage a low gear. Explanation: before leaving your vehicle, apply the handbrake, switch off the engine and engage a low gear. If the vehicle is fitted with automatic transmission, select P, park.
Question 780. What precaution should a driver take when getting out of their vehicle? A. Ensure the gear lever is in neutral. B. Ensure all valuables are secure and out of sight. C. Open the door and try to get out as speedily as possible. D. Check all around for approaching traffic and pedestrians before opening the door.
Question 780. Answer: D. Check all around for approaching traffic and pedestrians before opening the door. Explanation: before opening any door, check for other road users passing, and in particular look out for pedestrians, cyclists and motorcyclists. Exit the vehicle only when it is safe to do so, and close the door as soon as possible. Passengers should exit on the side nearest the curb wherever possible.
Question 781. On a busy road, how should a driver allow passengers out of a vehicle? A. Stop and allow them to get out on the side nearest the curb. B. Stop and allow them to get out from whichever side of the vehicle they are sitting. C. Stop and ask them to get out as quickly as possible. D. Signal to following traffic to overtake before allowing the passengers to get out.
Question 781. Answer: A. Stop and allow them to get out on the side nearest the curb. Explanation: before allowing any door to be opened, check for other road users passing, and in particular look out for pedestrians, cyclists and motorcyclists. Passengers should exit on the side nearest the curb, without getting in the way of pedestrians.